Welcome back to the Evening Star NM Labs and the Evening Star IoT channel. Today I want to talk about, well, wood if I had room. I got it on, I'll clean. Later. A couple of weeks ago I made this rather extravagant purchase. I wanted a new toy, so I got the ES121 smart screwdriver. It's got an STM32 microcontroller in it, lithium battery, nice electric motor according to the specs, and I figured, well, I want to see what it's all about, because I haven't really used an electric screwdriver in a long time. I've got, battery powered drills of all sorts of sizes and lots of bit for them. I just, when it comes to doing a quick job, I never have one around and it's too much hassle to get them out. So I just use Old Faithful here. Had this thing for many years. It comes with a variety of 4mm bits, and it's been very convenient to use and to carry in my pocket. And it's got a magnetic tip. So I thought, why do I need anything else? Of course, sometimes this is the Gerber center drive. It's a really useful multi-tool, and I'm glad that I got this. This cost about $90. This, when I bought it, cost about $80. And it's unique in that the screwdriver is offset from the edge, bent a little bit toward the center, which makes it a lot more convenient to use when you're turning screws. And of course, like all Gerber products, it's incidentally, I'm not being paid for any of this. I bought all of these out of my own pocket, and I just buy things I like, and so whatever review I give them is strictly my own opinion. It's got a superior blade. I really like this blade. Of course, it's got pliers, and of course, I do have to futz with that thing once in a while. It's got a spot for a flat blade in the tip. I always have the Phillips blade in it because that's what I use the most. It's got, for some reason, a bottle opener. I don't understand why there are bottle openers on all of these multi-tools and Swiss Army knives and so forth. They just don't. I never open bottles. Now, if it had a can opener on it, yeah, I could use that more often than I use this. Maybe, once or twice a year, but I don't know. And it's got a little pry bar here. I need to fish nails out of it. It's got a really good file. You can see I've used this. Of course, fine. And a saw. I'm not a carpenter. I'm a system administrator, a network administrator, but I use this saw. It's useful to have, and when I've had tools that haven't had a saw, I've missed it. So, I don't know. That's just one of the things I require when I'm buying a multi-tool is a saw. Don't ask me. This has been a really useful tool. It's my everyday carry. And it comes with its own variety of bits and a nice little belt pouch. It's kind of weighty, but, well, I'm a big guy. I don't have to worry about too much weight on my belt because I put enough weight on it as it is. And this is very light. I can carry it in my pocket. I can carry it on my belt, at the clip. This has been very useful to me for many, many years. So why did I get this thing? Well, if it can remove a lot of tiny screws faster, that's going to save me some time. And as you get older, those seconds that you'll never get back become a little bit more important. And when I'm working on well, especially notebooks, laptops, they have a lot of screws in them, and it takes longer to unscrew all those screws manually than it would with this screwdriver. Now, according to the specifications, this screwdriver turns at about 380 revolutions per minute and can generate, with the electric motor, about 1.5 kilograms of force per centimeter. That's about 1/10 of a foot-pound. And the maximum torque it can take manually, if you turn it by hand, is 30 kilograms of force per centimeter. It's fairly strong for the little screws that I'd be working with. So we're going to find out how useful this thing is by unscrewing the screws in this laptop. Oh, incidentally, it comes with a variety of bits. For $90, I got 16 bits, including 3 sizes of Phillips, 2 sizes of star bits, 4 Torx bits, more Phillips, 2 sizes of hex bits, and of course traditional flat blade. And the instructions are in Chinese and English. And it's all of the English is spelled correctly, grammatically correct. I was delighted by that, except that it says the first thing you should do is visit www.miniware.com.cn, download the latest firmware for your ES120, ES121 to the PC, and then plug it into the PC and update the firmware. I don't know about you. I'm a sysadmin. I'm especially concerned about security. I'm not going to be plugging any USB devices from China into my computer anytime soon. Maybe in a virtual machine on a computer that's not connected to the internet, and then I'll wipe it and burn the hard drive as soon as I'm done with it. But I'm not taking a chance. I've seen too many nasty stuff coming in from China. I mean, every day I look at my firewall logs, and China and Russia and Brazil and a few other countries are just pounding on the door trying to get in. I'm not sure that China has my best interests at heart, but they certainly made a nice tool here. It's fairly heavy, but I mean, that's what you're going to expect with a screwdriver that has a hefty gearbox and a motor and a lithium battery and all sorts of intelligence supposedly built into it. And it's a stainless steel case. I guess they've got one in brass or copper too. I don't remember, but it's a nice device. Let's find out how it works. So, old trusty here. I want to unscrew a screw. And turn it a bunch of times. Now, I had magnetized these bits for this, and it's got a magnet in the tip that's supposed to pull out the screws. But the magnetism in this bit, in this screwdriver, isn't strong enough to pull out that screw. I want to find out, put the same bit in this screwdriver, and we'll see if this will pull it out. And sure enough, it did. This has a stronger magnet than this. Of course, this is made out of aluminum, and the magnet that's inside it is small in comparison. Magnetically, that doesn't do the job. Of course, there are times when you don't want a magnetic screwdriver, and well, I mostly want the screwdriver to hold onto the screw when I'm pulling it out of these holes, especially in laptops. Now, to make this work, turn it on, and it's got this nice little animation here. If turn a bit one way, it see how that works. It's got an animation on that. STM32 is working hard, but it's got different torque settings in it. I'll show you those in a minute. Well, here, to adjust the torque, the screwdriver, plug it into USB power, turn it on, press the button 3 times, and you get, well, the scale doesn't stay up very long, but you've got 5 settings for torque on it, 4 being the strongest, A for automatic. Now, I've kept it on automatic, and that's been working well for me. So you put it in, and then you push the button, and then turn the screwdriver in the direction you want the bit to turn. So if I push the button, turn the screwdriver, that's the direction the bit turns, and it unscrews the screw. So if I push the button and turn it that way, that's the direction that the bit turns. Push the button, turn it the other way, well, that's the direction. Maybe this thing does need a firmware update. Oh, I was twisting it the wrong way. But it's smart enough to sense what direction you want to turn the screw in, and that's the direction it turns it in, with varying speeds depending on the torque required. So if I put it in, press the button, and turn the screwdriver to unturn it, that bit turns fairly rapidly. And that saved me a few seconds over what it would have taken me to unscrew it manually. And, I don't have that many seconds left. But if you've got a bunch of seconds left and you'd rather spend that $90 taking your significant other out to dinner, that's what you might want to do. On the other hand, if you like playing with neat toys, this is not bad. It's $90, and to be honest, I wouldn't buy it again. But it's nice to have, and makes unscrewing a lot of screws in Notebook. Now, okay, to be honest, I don't work on computers a whole lot anymore. I'm mostly administration and controls, software controls, and things like that. But every once in a while, I want to work on a custom machine. Like I'm going to upgrade this thing to. I'm going to add some memory to it, put an SSD in it, and run Kali Linux in it for network diagnostics, and maybe do a little pen testing with it. But all I do is specialty work anymore. I'm not going to be using this every day, but I can see if you were unscrewing a zillion screws out of laptops every day, this thing would come in handy. So anyway, I hope you've gotten something out of this video and that you'll come back. Thanks for watching. Bye.